this needs to be subdued, needs to be withdrawn. That's when this kind of an outer being can be established. And here, this restraint means that this whole thing is anchored within the self with a capital S. So a person is completely centered and their mind and organs. So naturally, when they are centered, our mind and organs become a little bit in a very controlled fashion, in a very balanced way. And that is what I understood from this. And one important thing about Prajna that he is mentioning here is he's still using his organs, but he's using his organs for desireless and selfless action. So at every point in time, his only feel is how do I move further towards my goal, and that is what is the one which keeps pushing him. And that means everything, every kind of act of his is with that perspective, and he moves forward in the journey towards the center. This is what I feel.
Thank you, Srividya ji. Anyone else would like to share, or shall we move ahead? Okay. Reigning in the Srividya, would you like to read? Or anyone else?
If you can project it, I can read. But now I'm not able to see that part that you're reading. It's there only till Prajna uses his organs for like that, only till there. Or you want me to take the book and read it?
23. From 23 you have to read.
Hold on, please. I'll
Are
get
you
my
able
book.
to read? No. Okay, I'll read then. Reigning in the
It's not there.
It's okay. No
If you
problem.
can project it, it can be followed.
Okay, so there is some problem in sharing screen because I can see it and you are not able to see. Can you see it now? Oh. Is it visible? This 23? No.
Yes, it is visible. Reigning in the organs is certainly not easy. It is, in a way, easier to stop using them altogether. Things like fasting, observing silence, etc., are not really very. Could you move to the next page? Very difficult. On the other hand, as it is quite evident, is not everybody giving free rein to his organs? But it is most difficult to practice restraint like a tortoise. It draws in its limbs completely in its shell whenever it senses danger and uses them whenever it is safe to do so. Likewise, one should refrain from using the organs for sensual pleasures and make proper use of them in the spiritual pursuit. This is extremely difficult and requires Herculean efforts and also wisdom. Even then, one may not always succeed. Are we then to despair? Certainly not. A spiritual seeker should never lose hope. He should try everything in his capacity, use all his ingenuity, and when he reaches the end of his tether, he should seek the love of the Lord, supplement his efforts with devotion. This is the valuable advice the Lord has given while describing the attributes of Sthit-prajna. This advice is given in just a few words, but these few words are far more valuable than volumes of sermons, for the element of devotion has been introduced precisely where it is. Should I pause and then we should have some discussion because it seems to be okay.
Yes.
complete the paragraph.
Okay, fine. Then in that case, we may have to move to that. Hold on. Let me figure out where I was. This advice is given in just a few words, but these few words are far more valuable than volumes of sermons, for the element of devotion has been introduced precisely where it is needed. We shall not here go into a detailed discussion of the attributes of the Sthit Prajna. My intention is to draw your attention to the exact place of devotion in the spiritual pursuit, lest we should forget it. God alone knows who would reach the ideal of the perfect Sthit Prajna. But the figure of Kundalik is ever in my mind as an example of the Sthit Prajna who is completely dedicated to service. I don't know who this Kundalik is. If somebody knows, we can understand.
Yeah, I don't know.
Kundalik is, I think, uh, uh, he was taking care of his parents, and he
Mhm,
बहुत सेवा करता था वो उनकी parents की,
mhm,
very
mhm,
dedicated. Oh, to check, I have this idea, like,
Okay.
and I think God came, no, that time he said, he came in other, he said, I'm doing service to my parents, so he's telling I'm waiting. So he just gave one brick and said, you can wait on this brick, something like that, you know, I
Oh,
because I'll finish this and then come to you, something like that. So God is also like this, so much dedicated to his service towards parents, and like
mhm,
whatever his karma, उसका जो
mhm,
कर्म है ना,
mhm. Nice.
you have
Okay.
to check. If I'm not wrong, I have to check it. Okay.
Yes, you
Okay.
are
Good.
right.
Great. Thank you.
Check. You are right. You are right. Brother Ramesh, would you like to share your thoughts?
Yeah, here two examples have been very clearly given for the Sthitaprajna state. One of tortoise, another is that Pundalik. So it says that, whenever that fear or something, means not fear exactly here, I believe, that whenever you are not in a situation to speak spirituality or a state like that, then you are drawn to yourself. But when you have to go into the situation of spirituality, maybe you have to take all your senses together and go about. And then those two examples. So for which is not very easy, but it says, it is an Herculean effort to reach that wisdom state. Yes.
Okay. Thank you, brother. Shashidhar ji, brother Kishore, Dhanya ji. Shall we move further? The second chapter ends with the description of Sthit Prajna quality. We can summarize this by the formula. So this is the Sthit Prajna formula. Are you able to see the picture?
Could you please come
Yes.
down a little? Okay. Yeah. Now I'm able to see. Sorry.
Okay, sure. So there are three lines where center is same. One side says Sankhya, comprehension of the principle of life. Second, Saguna, yoga, art of applying them in life. And third, Sakar, Sthit Prajna, personification of those picture and master of the art. Nirgun, Sagun, Sakar. Principle of life.
This is quite interesting. What I feel from this picture is one is Nirguna, Saguna, and Sakar. Nirguna is one thing which is like Nirguna, Saguna, they say, no? One is without attributeless, and other one is attribute. And Sakar Nirakar, there is also one like that. I'm not able to get the meaning of that now currently. But what the description given here is comprehension of the principles of life. So first we are learning the comprehension of principles of life, and that principles of life, with the help of Saguna Yoga, we are trying to understand how that can be applied onto the life. That is the art of applying them in life. And Sthita Prajna is somebody who has become that, because spiritual journey is all about becoming. So that person has transformed himself or herself into that principle, whatever is the principle of life and the art of applying both together. He's put it on himself, and he has gone into the transformation mode, and he becomes the principle again. That is what is the third thing. So these three together constitute the whole science of life. This is what I'm able to understand from this.
Okay, thank you, sister.
Thank you.
Anyone else would like to share? Okay, so what I
And
understood was that Sankhya is related to learning, gaining the knowledge,
mhm,
comprehension
mhm,
of the principle of life. So I'll connect
mhm.
it with the knowledge, and Saguna Yoga, applying of art of applying them in life. So when you
Okay.
take theory into practical, that will come as yoga. And Sakar
Mm,
is to mastery on them. Uh, uh,
mm,
I have heard somewhere that learn the knowledge and make it yours. So I think Sthit Pragya is that you absorb it like that you become the uh,
mm,
you become that thing,
mm.
master of the art. Anyone else would like to share their interpretation?
You both have shared. The first one, sister, I don't know what's the name.
Shri Vidya
Can
ji.
I
Shri Vidya.
Shiv Shiva? Hmm.
Shri
Shri
Okay,
Vidya.
because
Vidya. Shri Vidya.
okay, in my mobile, I'm not able to
No
easily.
problem, no problem.
I'm just able to see the screen. So yeah, very nice, very beautifully explained about Nirguna, Saguna, Sakara. Thank you so much. Like no, really. Once again, if you if you just explain it again, I mean that is a principle, and that applying practically in our life, and then becoming that Sri Prajna, right? Finally,
Yes. Transforming ourselves to
yeah,
become that principle of
yeah,
life.
yeah. Oh, nicely explained.
Thank you. And in fact, beautiful are the words which are underneath. It is bound to lead to Brahma Nirvana or moksha, that is, liberation of the self and its union with the Brahman. What else could follow? So, by being that, it is bound that we would get into the mode of liberation of the self and union with the Brahman, with the
Yeah. So that applies to that
sense.
condition. A, E, I, O,
Yeah,
U becoming one
beautiful.
with
Mm.
that.
Okay, so
This
we
is
are,
in the book of
yes, so
Gita
our
book.
chapter
Talks on Gita, right?
chapter 2
Oh,
is
okay.
over, and shall we start chapter 3 now?
So one question I wanted to ask,
Hanji.
I'm late, like I just joined today, and also Sankhya Yoga. That time also I was not there in the class, Gita class. Sankhya meaning exactly, can anybody just explain? Sankhya.
His knowledge, I think, no, that's what is given here. Principles.
It is knowledge, like jnana yoga means where you get the knowledge of life. Sankhya is the knowledge of life when we use it practically, because this jnana yoga, sorry, this Sankhya yoga tells you about not only about your knowledge, gives the knowledge of life, but also how to do it. Like Arjuna asked, how to gain that knowledge. That also does. Means the entire yoga is, that's why it's ending it, culminating, become that.
Ji, thank you, brother. Brother Kishore, would you like to share something?
Sankhya Yoga means analytical study. Okay. If you see in a chapter 2, Krishna explained like what is the soul, what is the study state of mind. This is analytical studies, right? The another name of there is two ways to understand the thing, either jnana, either bhakti, or analytical studies. That is called Sankhya is the analytical studies. That's it. Why? Five whys are there, na? Why?
Means logically. He is
Yes,
explaining it
yes,
logically.
yes. In a chapter 2, there is no surrender. There is only studies. Okay, study of the mind, study of the universe, study of the senses. It is the entire the studies. Am I right?
Correct.
Yes.
Sankhya Yoga is that he is trying to explain Arjun through logics. Okay, so shall we start chapter 3 now?
One suggestion, could Kishore brother also give the full explanation of whatever he feels as the second chapter's overall?
Yes,
Would
actually,
it be possible?
I requested him. So first thing is that this is his work time. He's in his workplace, so
Oh,
he cannot,
okay.
he
Sorry.
cannot speak in flow. And second problem we'll discuss later. So I have requested him to, whenever he is free and whenever he is available, we will have a different session for that interpretation
Okay,
of.
great.
Okay, so
Beautiful. Thank you so much, sister.
so that time will be different as per his availability.
Understand.
Okay, so we are coming in to chapter 3. Chapter 3 name is, can anybody know chapter 3 name?
Karma Yoga,
Karma
sister.
Yoga.
Yoga of selfless and desireless action.
Okay, sister. Thank you. So first shlok, Lataji, would you like to recite for us?
Yes, sister. 1 minute. Shloka is given. Shloka 4 you have given, sister?
Yes, first shlok is this only, shlok 4.
4 only. Acha, okay.
Is screen is visible? If any time any difficulty, please let me know.
No, it is visible. Okay. न कर्मणामनारम्भात् नैष्कर्म्य पुरुषोश्रुते न च सन्न्यसनादेव सिद्धिः समधिगच्छति.
Thank you, sister. Shashidhar brother.
न कर्मणामनारम्भात् नैष्कर्म्य पुरुषोऽश्नुते न च सन्न्यसनादेव सिद्धिं समधिगच्छति.
Okay. Malvika ji, would you like to recite? Ramesh brother? Yes, brother.
Yeah. Na karmanam anarmavat naisarkar pasyasrute naka sanyasanda iva siddhim samadhigacchati.
Thank you, brother. Malvika ji, Dhanya ji. हाँ जी बोलिए Malvika.
Yeah, 1 minute. Just 1 minute. न कर्मणां नार
It is
is
little difficult.
more verb. Bha. Okay. Na karmanam anarabhat naishkarmyo purusho ashrute na cha sanyasana deva siddhim samadhigacchati.
Ji, Lata ji, do you want to say anything?
No, sister.
Dhanya ji, would you like to recite?
Yeah. न कर्मणा न कर्मणामनारम्भात् नैष्कर्म्यं पुरुषोऽश्नुते न च सन्न्यासनादेवा सिद्धिं समधिगच्छति.
Ji, Srividya ji.
न कर्मणामनारम्भात् नैष्कर्म्यं पुरुषोऽश्नुते न च सन्न्यसनादेव सिद्धिं समधिगच्छति.
Very nice. Okay, let me try. न कर्मणामनारम्भा नैष्कर्मण्यपुरुषोऽश्नुते न च सन्न्यसनादेव सिद्धिं समधिगच्छति. Okay, shall we move to the meaning part? न कर्मणा anarambhat, not by abstaining from karma. Na karmana anarambhat, not by abstaining from karma, dutiful action. Nasi karmayam purusho sunyate, does a being attain freedom from karma, that is bondage of action reaction. Na cha sannyasat eva, and not by renunciation alone. Siddhim samadhi gacchati, does one attain the goal of liberation. ठीक है. Anyone
Not
would
well.
like to explain?
After this, can you hear me?
Yes, brother Pune.
I just noted the point on this sloka one. After listening to this chapter 2, where Sankhya Yoga, where he explains about the knowledge of the self and all these things, Arjuna was confused. So he asked, why should I, in that case, if knowledge is superior, why should I do the karma? The escaping, what I have written here, escaping from the action of or renunciation of action. One cannot achieve anything by thinking about the results and its success. Many of us escape from the action or duty. It will not help in our growth. Expecting success each time creates anxiety that leads to bad habits and drive addiction, etc. Sorry, they are not ready. So what here mentioned is not abstaining from the karma, thus a being attain freedom from the karma. Why Lord Krishna says that just avoiding the karma will not help in attaining the liberation, because Arjuna asked Krishna, when knowledge is superior to action, why should I fight it?
So brother, if you have written
Because here,
somewhere, please share. If you have written
hello?
somewhere, please share the text.
No, I was in the rough paper I have written, not exactly.
I request all of you who is
Not
not
exactly.
speaking, please mute yourself.
कुछ नहीं फर्क पड़ता उससे।
Some people learn from the failure. Some people escape from the action. So these are the points. It is not properly written because this shloka says this avoiding the karma for some other reason. One develop wisdom, other develops detachment to the results from the past action. So these are, that way we avoid doing this action. So Krishna says, just by abstaining the karma, you will not be free from that karma. So this is the sloka.
Okay.
All have joined?
No, I think we should wait for 1 or 2 minutes. We can take 1 or 2 minute bio break. Anybody would like to go for drinking and anything? Okay, so shall we start? So here he is saying that leaving your duties does not give you liberation. Freedom from bondage of action and reaction. This I actually did not understand how it is different from the duties.
No,
Which
see, there are people who take sannyasa, right?
Right.
So, if we do that, that it doesn't promise that we get liberation by that.
राजकुमार के बच्चे का देखो अभी पता चला
Second line.
बात कर रहा
राजकुमार की बीवी खुद नर्स है, आपको पता है
आप साइलेंट
अजीना
कर लीजिए।
ना तुम पढ़े हुए थे
Yeah. Second one. नैष्कर्म्यं परशुओ सुनति न च संन्यास सदन इवा. Renunciation,
Yeah.
that I understood. The third, middle one. Does a being attain freedom from karma, that is bondage of action, reaction alone? Does no one?
Hello.
Mhm.
Can you share?
Not by abstaining from karma does a being attain freedom from karma. So, what it says is just by not doing a karma, one would not get the complete freedom of freedom. Whatever is the effect of freedom, you will not get it. See, there might be, it's just like this master says, no, if in case in a situation you're supposed to act and you not acting also will create samskara inside us. So that's what I feel is giving that the definition here. It says, just by abstaining from karma does not promise you the freedom from karma. So we may have to, and one more thing, what Master also says is, Sri Krishna says, even for a moment I stop my karma, the world will collapse even today. So that what it denotes us is we being punitive being or whatever it is, we may have to do the karma till the very moment our life exists. We cannot abstain ourselves from karma. And by abstaining ourselves from karma also will not give us the kind of thing that is expected for a person. You know, why would a person leave a karma? They would think that by not doing the karma, I'm feeling that I'm liberated from that particular karma. That is not the way it is. That is what I understand.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm
Uh,
able to
can
communicate
I
it
share?
properly.
Oh, yeah, correct. Can I share?
Hanji, please.
Oh, this is like not same thing what she said. Like my karma. Suppose my karma. I'm just giving an example that something is happening in front of me, or we can give example of Bhishma. He was there in that sabha, है ना? When Draupadi was uh, disrespected that time. So he's as a person, our karma is to protect. And when I don't do that, I'm not speak or not opposing or not trying to say or do something. That's where abstaining from karma. For example of Babuji also, his Mamaji or something, they had he was going to the court. So Chariji said, you are going to fight with your uncle for this some jameen ya kuch zaidat tha, some property. So he said, yeah, because that is it's not his, he's doing wrong, so I have to do that part also we have to do. We cannot just sit and see mean something happening wrong. So he was trying to also take away their property, so
Correct.
he was against him. So and renunciation matlab bhag jao. For example, there are so many duties at home, and if I like I'll run away from home at least I am saved. So that is also not type of renunciation, like or whatever type of renunciation. भाग जाऊं कहीं से कि okay then I'm saved. But that is not correct. You don't have to run away also from your duty. Suppose something is happening and I'll run away. Okay, I'll not speak also and go away. But that's not right. So whatever I have to do, that's my duty as a human being. Uh, try my best.
Right.
And one more important thing is, I remember reading in, I don't know, my master or somewhere, where master was, Babaji was trying to, help an Abhyasi, but then she was not moving to the point where, I don't know whether he or he was in that birth. But then it so happened, he realized that there was some kind of a grossness, and when he started to find what that it was, the previous birth, that person was a lady, and she left so many children, her own children. She took them to the forest, left them unattended in the pursuit of liberation. She just moved away from that. And the veils of the babies were created so much of samskaras deep within that particular lady that was obstructing the person's movement in the spiritual journey, even in the next birth. And then Babaji had to do a lot of cleaning before, after which the person moved up. This is what I remember reading it. I don't know if I recollected it properly, But
Yeah.
what it shows is that leaving one's karma, her karma was to take care of the children, which is born through her. Nature has provided her with those children. And she left that, and because of which she had to bear the effect of the karma. Not doing or renunciation, both of them will not help a person. That's what I feel.
Yes, that I have read. And that lady, she was in other birth. She heard when she was like running away, leaving the child, the wails of the children. No, that impression that she must have been hurt or felt guilty after running away. She had heard those things, and that was not going. So that impression was so hard on. That makes impression because you have done something which also runs behind you. No, तो वो impression बना इसलिए वो it was so, I think, whatever, like no obstruction to inner life, to spiritual growth.
Yes, sister. Anybody would like to relate this shlok with heartfulness terminology or theory?
Here I cannot relate, but it says only two things here. One is that abandonment, and then renunciation, both meaning the same. It means here that we cannot be away from doing karma, or if suppose some action has to be taken by us and we are not taking that action, it does not lead to the type of situation we are desiring. The exact meaning of those two sentences here.
Shall I say what I understood?
Yeah,
Ji,
go
bilkul.
on.
It is only one simple thing I have understood is we should not move away from doing karmas, but doing it and leaving the success to without having any attachment to that what we have done, and without any having attachment to fruits of action. That's all he's saying. Just go on doing whatever we have to do, but do not have any attachment to that, what I have done and what I will gain from that. That is what a true karma yogi must learn to work without any attachment to the fruits of actions. That's all. This is what I understand.
Right. For a household, we will, if we see, living a family life and practice spirituality itself is a yuddha. And if he can maintain balance in both the things, is can get the liberation. He can, if he can, do his dutiful things, means action which are actually required, and
Yes.
do not renounce being there, but and simultaneously doing his spiritual practice. So I think this is heartfulness first pursuit, that you don't need to renounce the world. Shall we move ahead? Ramesh brother?
Yes.
Please.
Yes. Do you want to
Yes.
say anything? Ramesh brother?
No, not much. Move ahead.
This one is okay. Chapter 3, Shlok 7. Yes, Sister Lata ji.
Okay. यस्त्वेन्द्रियाणि मनसा नियम्यारभतेऽर्जुन कर्मेन्द्रियैः कर्मयोगम् असक्तस्विशिष्यते.
Ramesh brother?
Yeah. Yasvindriyani manasa niyama niyamyarabhate Arjuna karmendriyahi karmayogam asaktaha sa visisyate.
Ji.
Yeah, anyone else?
Malvika ji, would you like to recite?
Yes.
Ji.
Vindriyani manasa niyamyarabhate Arjuna कर्मेन्द्रियैः कर्मयोगम् असक्तः स विशिष्यते.
Nice. Srividya ji?
Yes, त्विन्द्रियाणि मनसा नियम्यारभतेऽर्जुन कर्मेन्द्रियैः कर्मयोगम् असक्तः स विशिष्यते.
Dhanya ji?
यस्त्विन्द्रियाणि मनसा नियम्यारभतेऽर्जुन कर्मेन्द्रियैः कर्मयोगम् असक्तः स विशिष्यते.
यस्येन्द्रियाणि मनसा नियम्यारभतेऽर्जुनः कर्मेन्द्रियः कर्मयोगम् असक्ता स विशिष्यते. Now we'll come to the meaning part. Yes, Trindriyani manasa, but he who undertake the regulation of the senses by the mind and niyamar bhate arjuna, remaining unattached. Karmendriyani karmyogam, undertake the yoga of action through those organ of action. Asakta sa vishishyate, O Arjun, he excels. Okay? तो जो अपने सेंसेस को रेगुलेट करके मन के थ्रू सेंसेस को रेगुलेट करके रिमेन अनअटैच्ड बाय सेल्फ रेजिस्टेंट, अंडरटेक द योग ऑफ एक्शन थ्रू दोज ऑर्गन्स ऑफ एक्शन. यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा डिफिकल्ट हो रहा है, सेल्फ रिस्ट्रेन्ड हो गया है वो. अंडरटेक योगा, कर्म योगा से through those organ of action. O Arjuna, he excel, वो पा लेता है. बट ये क्या है, थर्ड लाइन इज आई डिड नॉट अंडरस्टूड. अंडरटेक द योगा ऑफ एक्शन थ्रू दोज ऑर्गन ऑफ एक्शन, मतलब थ्रू सेंसेस.
Yes.
Yeah, undertake the yoga of action through those organ of action. मतलब कि इंद्रियों को कर्म योग सिद्ध कर देता है उनको. Anybody would like to help?
What I understood is a person whose senses are regulated with the help of the mind, and when they are acting, also they are acting in an unattached mode. You know, when they are acting, but they are not attached to the particular action. They are not attached to the fruit of the action as well. Undertakes the yoga of action. So that way, when he does it, that person does the karma yoga. That is the way it is expected, and for that also they use the organs that are necessary for that action. through those organs of action, they are delivering that thing. And that is a person who's, I don't know, for Arjuna, he excels. And when they're doing it, this is what is expected, and that is the, what do I say? This is, I'm not able to give the verbatim meaning, but what I understood from this whole thing is a person is able to deliver an action by after regulating their senses with the help of the mind and remaining unattached to the either the action or the fruit of the action, then that person is supposed to be a person who's a karma yogi, and the action is supposed to be the yoga of action. And in that, you can see that they are still utilizing the sense organs for the need of that particular action. This is what I understood. I don't know if I told it in a way understandable for the other person.
Yes. So, as senses are unattached and they are regulated and controlled in the mind, now if somebody can use those senses to use karma yoga,
and deliver without attachments.
Yes. Anybody like to share?
What I understand, here two words are there, karma and yoga. So karma means our occupational duties, and yoga is being in remembrance of the higher self, union with the higher self. So when we do our karma with the yoga, with attachment to the higher self or in remembrance, divine remembrance, then that becomes perfection, imperfection, and without using our say having attachment to our senses, and that will not create any sanskar, not bound by karma while performing all kinds of works.
Ji, sister, thank you so much. Dhanya ji, would you like to share anything?
No. Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
Ramesh brother.
Yeah, this here, I feel, remaining unattached here means, suppose your senses, through your senses, you are doing a particular thing. But in this case, you have to do the same work voluntarily, I believe, voluntarily. That is unattachment. Unattachment. Then the action to be followed, that is the action. Here it is given. Then only means you are doing a particular work without attachment, means without your knowledge, means voluntarily you are doing that work. Then that is the action would follow, then you excel. That much.
Ji, brother, thank you. Malvika
Yeah,
ji?
just
Yeah, I'm somewhere. Oh, okay. Did you ask me something, sister? Because my
Would you like to
I was just reading.
give your interpretation? Malvika ji?
Yeah, I'm here, and I was somebody came, so I missed.
Okay.
I'm not in this. That's why
Okay.
I won't be able to. Yeah? I'm reading it.
yeah, here in our lessons, our morning lessons, what our teachers, Priya sister and Raghav sir was telling, ki, you have to undertake a karma knowing fully that you are undertaking that karma, but it is an automatic action or involuntary, that you should not force yourself there. I think that is what it means by remaining unattached. Then you would perform that karma then the results would follow like that. Yeah, you can speak further.
Okay, thank you, brother. I think we should conclude today, and we'll start from chapter 3, shlok 7 only. Next when we will meeting, I think Monday. Monday will be fine for everybody, 11 to 12.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so we'll meet on Monday, and from Vinoba Bhave's G's Bhagavad Gita interpretation, we'll start from there, and we'll move further like we did today. Will it be fine?
Yeah.
Yes.
Great, sister.
Okay.
Yes, sister. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
very
much,
much.
everybody. See you all Monday. Bye bye.
Bye, sister. Thank you.
Happy weekend.
Okay, can we have a selfie?
If all open
Francis.
the video, it's good. Able to see the names. Can we introduce ourselves because I'm first timer?
Yeah,
Can you
sure.
introduce just name and
Devi, your pronunciation is so clear.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm also learning through this process. This is the first time I'm learning. And when a couple of people read it, it becomes clear. So with that help only, I'm also doing it. Thank you so much for this opportunity because it helps me to sit for at least 2 hours additionally with the Gita. So
Yes,
hats off to you, sister, for that effort.
it was must for me. Actually, I'm the weakest student, so I need it the most. So thank you so
But
much.
beautifully done.
What
You had initiated this, so all of us are getting a help because of that. So thank you.
So and
no, what we can do here is, Rashi, what we can do here is, when we recite the shloka, the first person would not repeat the next shloka again for the first time. Because what Sri Vidya sister is telling is, if you listen to 2-3 people, means our group, then it becomes better. It becomes better. So if I am reading every time for the first time, I would not get that perfection and the confidence. Maybe that's a good suggestion. You got me?
Okay, brother, we'll try. So
Yeah.
I hope we'll go deeper and deeper through these classes. And thank you so much. Have a selfie time. So please smile. Okay, see you all. Bye bye.